Hello everyone, welcome to this part third of our unit number 6 of systems in mechanical engineering. We are learning some real life domestic applications of mechanisms what we have seen. Okay, so we have seen spring. Okay, basically this door closure is based, we can say, one of the example for this spring, right? So this wooden thing is nothing but a door, okay, which is rotating around this hinge, okay, and this door is coupled to this gear, okay. This is rack and pinion, this is pinion and this is a rack arrangement, okay. So when the door is opened, what happens is the spring is compressed, okay, thereby storing some strain energy, okay. So when the force is removed after opening the door, what will happen is the stored energy in a spring will force again this cylinder towards left. Thereby what will happen, this pinion will rotated and your door will be automatic closed, okay. So in this there is the spring, there is also rack and pinion arrangement also. Next application is door locks, okay. It is also one of the important application we can say for the spring, okay. So here we can see there are different knobs, okay. So this door lock will be opened only when there is some designed position for these knobs, okay. So this designed position of this knob can be achieved by this key only, okay, and according to the design position the profile is being cut on this key, okay. So what happens when we insert this key to unlock the lock, okay, the desired or designed position of the knob is assured, and when the design positions will be assured, there will be opening of the lock. Then the door latch, okay. What is the purpose of door latch? Okay, you may have seen in modern flats, okay, there is no need to lock the door, okay, because it automatically locks, right, in from one side, okay. So there is only need to unlock this particular latch, okay. So it reduces the human efforts, or we can say it enhances the uh, comfortness of living, right. So again here there is spring, okay. This is the vase shape part, okay. So when it moves along the fixed position on a door, it will be pushed back, okay. After the door is closed, it will be having its original position, so there will not be opening of that particular door, okay. If you have to open the door, we need to have insert a key to open this latch. Then this is the brake pedal, okay. The brake pedal is best example of lever, okay. So this is the lever, here there is fulcrum or support, here the effort is applied, and here the load we can say push down, okay. So when we apply the brake, the load will be, or we can say this knob will be pressed, thereby a pressurized fluid will be applied at brakes, and this pressurized fluid will cause a braking action according to will of an driver, okay. So this brake pedal is one of the best example of lever, okay. There are n number of, we can say, example of levers, but to study one of the application for lever, this brake pedal is studied. Then the geyser, it is easiest, we can say, in a construction, this is a vessel in which cooled water will come, right, where it will be heated. For here it is a gas geyser, so it will be heated with the water will be heated with the flames, okay. Then the heated water will be drawn out through this pipe. Then solar water heater, right. In this solar water heater, it is kind of replication of solar power plant, okay, which we have studied in unit number 1, right. So there were two cycles, one there was primary, then there was one secondary cycle, okay. So here there was a heat transfer provision is done such that this 90-degree heated water will hit another medium, right, who's having a boiling point less than 90 degree. So because of the boiling point less than 90 degree, what will happen with that particular vapor? That particular medium will be converted into vapor, and the same vapor will be fed to the turbine, where we can have the expansion work which is utilized in a generator to produce the electricity. So here there is no heat transfer provision. Okay, the same heated water will be given to this water tank, generally known as solar water tank, where there will be stored water, okay, which will be heated. Okay, because of the density difference, hot water will move to top side, and cooled, or we can say comparative less temperature water will come at this bottom, where this coil is provided, right? Again, this less heated water will again fed to this solar collector panels, okay, where this solar collector panels will hit the water with the help of solar radiation. So solar radiations are converted into heat energy, thereby this cooled water, or we can say comparatively less heated water, will be heated up, let's say at here at 110 degree Celsius. Here near about, this is a temperature difference, okay, here it will be a 90 degree temperature, and we can use this hot water from here for any domestic purpose. So thank you. So this is the end of our unit number 6.